Look around you. What do you see? A world spinning out of control, filled with noise, chaos, and distractions. Everywhere you turn, someone is trying to drag you into their mess. They want you to feel what they feel, think what they think, and be what they want you to be. It is exhausting, isn't it? Every day you are bombarded by others' problems, their expectations, their pain. You start to believe that their chaos is your chaos. But here is the truth. It is not. It never was. You see, most people live in a constant state of panic. They thrive on confusion, drama, and conflict. They feed on fear, sadness, and anger. And they want you to join them. But what happens when you do? What happens when you let their chaos invade your mind? It consumes you. It drags you down. It turns you into a puppet, dangling on strings, waiting for someone else to pull you along. And in that state you lose yourself. But you do not have to stay there. No. You have the power to rise above it. You have the strength to leave their chaos behind and protect your inner peace. The moment you stop letting the world dictate your emotions, the moment you refuse to be controlled by anyone's drama, you start to take control of your own life. You start to live for yourself, not for them. You begin to walk a path no one else can follow. So it is not easy, but it is worth it. So ask yourself this: will you keep dancing to their tune, or will you find your own rhythm and walk away from their noise? Let us take a moment to look inward. Have you ever stopped to think about why you feel so lost, so overwhelmed? Why, despite your best efforts, it seems like you are always falling short, always caught in a storm of emotions you cannot control? The truth is, it is not because you are weak. It is not because you do not try hard enough. It is because you have been living in a world that constantly pulls you in different directions. Every day, someone or something wants a piece of you. They want your time, your energy, your focus, and worst of all, your peace of mind. You wake up to a world that demands answers before you even know the questions. Social media fills your mind with comparisons, with unrealistic standards, with endless pressures. Everyone has an opinion, and everyone expects you to live by it. But do you ever stop to ask yourself, is this really what I want? Or have you simply been told what to think, what to feel, and who to be for so long that you have forgotten what it means to decide for yourself? And then there are the people around you, friends, family, peers. Every one of them has their own chaos. Some try to drag you into their problems, their drama. Others want you to carry their burdens as if you do not have your own. They pull you in, and you feel obligated to help, to fix, to save them from their mess. But here is the thing. You cannot save anyone when you are drowning in your own struggles. You cannot give away what you do not have. But still, you try. You try to please them. You try to be everything they need you to be. And in doing so, you lose yourself. Have you ever noticed how your emotions are constantly being hijacked by the world around you? One moment you feel happy, and then a single text message or a passing comment ruins your entire mood. You start to doubt yourself, to question your worth, to spiral into negativity. One little thing can knock you off balance, and you cannot seem to regain control. This is the problem. You have become a slave to your emotions, to the chaos that surrounds you. Your anger, your sadness, your fear, these emotions rule you, and you let them. You think that they are inescapable, that they define you, but they do not. Your mind is a battlefield, and right now you are losing the war. Why? Because you have allowed your emotions to dictate your actions. You have become a puppet to your feelings, reacting to everything that happens to you, instead of taking control and responding on your own terms. Anger, for instance. How often does it take over your mind? How often does it cloud your judgment, blind you to logic, and make you act in ways you later regret. You get angry at the world, at the people who wrong you, at the injustice you feel in your heart. But have you ever stopped to ask, what is anger really doing for you? Does it solve your problems? Does it make you stronger? No. Anger just creates more chaos, more destruction. It makes you feel powerful in the moment, but it leaves nothing but ruin in its wake. And yet, you hold on to it, as if it is the only way to feel alive, to feel something real. But that is a lie. Anger does not make you alive. It makes you a puppet to your own rage. And what about fear? How often does it grip you, paralyze you, prevent you from moving forward? Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. It holds you back from reaching your full potential, from taking risks, from stepping into your power. You are afraid of what might happen, afraid of the consequences, afraid of what people will think, and because of that, you stay stuck in your comfort zone, too afraid to leap into the unknown. Fear keeps you small, keeps you trapped. But you cannot live in fear forever. You cannot grow when fear is your master. And then there is sadness. How many times have you let sorrow swallow you whole? You lose hope. You give in to the pain, and you start to believe that nothing will ever get better. You become a prisoner of your sadness, convinced that it is your only truth. But sadness is not the end. It is a moment, a fleeting emotion that does not define you. And yet, you let it control you, like a weight around your neck, dragging you down deeper and deeper into despair. This is the problem. You have let the chaos of the world and the power of your emotions dictate who you are. You have become a puppet, reacting to everything around you, instead of standing tall and making your own choices. Your emotions are in charge, and you are just along for the ride. But it is time to change that. It is time to stop living in reaction, to stop letting the chaos of the world control you. You are not a puppet. You are a force, and it is time to take back control. Let me ask you something. Are you really happy with how things are going? Are you satisfied with being a puppet to your emotions, a slave to every thought that crosses your mind? Does it feel good to be controlled by anger, fear, and sadness? Does it feel right to let the chaos of the world shape your every move? Be honest with yourself for a moment. Deep down, do you truly believe this is the way you were meant to live? I know what you will say. You will justify it. You will tell yourself that life is hard, that you are just reacting to the circumstances around you. You will say, I cannot help it. I am just like this. But that is the lie you keep telling yourself. That is the excuse you hide behind to avoid taking responsibility for your life. The truth is, you can change. You can break free from this cycle. But first, you must stop blaming everything around you for your pain. The world does not owe you anything. No one is going to come along and magically fix your problems for you. No one is going to hold your hand and pull you out of the chaos. The reality is harsh, but it is the truth. You are the only one who has the power to change your life. You are the only one who can take back control of your emotions, your actions, and your future. Stop looking for someone else to save you. Stop waiting for some miracle to happen. The only miracle that is going to occur is the one you create when you decide to take control of yourself. So here is the challenge. Will you keep letting life happen to you, or will you take charge and shape your own fate? Will you continue to be a prisoner of your emotions, reacting to every little thing that comes your way, or will you choose to rise above them and become the master of your mind? You see, the choice is yours, but it is not an easy one. It requires strength. It requires discipline. It requires you to stop feeling sorry for yourself and start doing something about it. It requires you to stop running from your fears, your anger, your sadness, and face them head on. You know, it is easy to sit in your comfort zone, to feel sorry for yourself, to wallow in your misery. It is easy to let the world beat you down and blame everything around you for your struggles. It is easy to point fingers at the people who hurt you, at the situations that caused you pain. But where does that get you? It keeps you stuck. It keeps you in the same place, spinning your wheels, going nowhere. It does nothing to move you forward. So, what will you do? Will you sit there, blaming the world for your problems? Or will you take responsibility for your own life? Will you keep letting your anger make you weak? Or will you learn to use it to fuel your power? Will you let fear control your every step? Or will you use it to sharpen your focus and drive you forward? Will you let sadness drown you? Or will you rise from it, stronger than before? You can choose to be a victim, or you can choose to be a warrior. You can choose to live in the chaos, or you can choose to create your own peace. But make no mistake, this decision is not for the weak-hearted. This path is not for those who want an easy life. It is for those who are ready to face their demons, to embrace the pain and to grow from it. It is for those who are willing to fight for their peace, even if it means facing the darkness inside of themselves. So, what will it be? Will you stay where you are, trapped in the same old cycle? Or will you rise up and take control? The world does not care about your excuses. It does not care about your pain. It will keep moving with or without you. So if you want to change, if you want to take back your power, you must decide. You must take action. Stop waiting for things to change on their own. Stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to take charge of your life. You are the one who has the power. You are the one who can decide whether to stay a victim or rise as a victor. And now, I challenge you to make that decision. Because if you do not, you will continue to live in the chaos, ruled by your emotions, at the mercy of the world around you. You will stay stuck, a prisoner in your own mind. But if you choose differently, if you take control, you will walk a path of strength, of power, of true freedom. The choice is yours, but choose wisely, because once you make it, there is no going back. You want the truth, do you? You want to know how to break free from this never-ending cycle of chaos, anger, sadness, and fear? The answer is simple. Control. Control over yourself. Control over your emotions. Control over your life. You have the power to shape your own destiny, but it starts with mastering what is inside you. The chaos in your mind, the storms of anger, fear, and sadness, they are not your enemies. They are tools, weapons you have yet to learn to use. The key is learning to harness them, to turn them into your allies, to become the one in control. You have been taught to fear your emotions. Society tells you to suppress them, to hide them, to avoid them. Anger is bad. Fear is bad. Sadness is bad. But those are just labels, just judgments placed upon something that is natural. Every emotion you feel has a purpose. Anger is not a demon, it is energy, raw and untamed. Fear is not something to run from. It is a signal, a warning, a tool to keep you alert. Sadness is not weakness. It is a moment of reflection, a time to learn. These emotions are not the problem. The problem is how you react to them. When you allow your emotions to control you, when you let them dictate your every action, you are not living. You are surviving. You are letting the world shape you, mold you, manipulate you. You are a puppet, dancing to the strings of your feelings. But what if you could change that? What if you could become the one pulling the strings, directing the show? What if you could turn your emotions into fuel, into power, into something that propels you forward instead of holding you back? Imagine this. Every time anger rises within you, instead of letting it consume you, you take a step back. You observe it. You feel it, but you do not act on it. You recognize that it is energy, and you choose how to direct it. Instead of lashing out, you use that anger to fuel your drive, to push you toward your goals, to fuel your determination. Anger becomes a tool to sharpen your focus, to channel your passion, to ignite your strength. It does not rule you, you rule it. Now think about fear. How many times has fear kept you from taking risks, from chasing your dreams, from stepping outside your comfort zone? You let it freeze you, hold you in place, make you small. But what if fear could be your ally? What if, instead of running from it, you stood face to face with it and said, "You will not control me"? Fear is a guide, a teacher, not a trap. It tells you where you are vulnerable, where you need to grow, where you need to push harder. Fear does not have to be something that paralyzes you. It can be the fire that fuels your courage. Fear can be the spark that drives you to take that leap of faith, to make that change, to rise above the challenges that stand in your way. And then there is sadness. Sadness is often seen as the lowest of the low, a feeling to be avoided at all costs. People try to escape it, distract themselves, fill the void with anything but the pain. But what if sadness was not something to be feared? What if sadness was a chance to reflect, to dig deep, to learn more about who you are and what you truly want from life? Sadness is not weakness, it is strength in disguise. It is the moment when you rebuild, when you rise from the ashes stronger than before. Instead of letting sadness drown you, you can choose to rise from it, to transform it into determination, into resilience, into a hunger to make your life better, to make your future brighter. The solution then is simple. It is about taking back control. Control over your emotions, control over your thoughts, control over your actions. It is about stepping out of the chaos, out of the noise, and taking a stand. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your reality. And it starts with mastering yourself. When you learn to control your emotions, you will find that the world no longer has the same power over you. People will try to drag you down. Situations will try to break you, but you will stand tall, unwavering. You will be the calm in the storm, the master of your own mind. But here is the catch: it will not be easy. It will require discipline. It will require strength. It will require you to face your demons head on, to look into the darkest parts of yourself and say, I will not let you control me. It will require you to stop being a victim and start being a victor. You must choose to rise above the chaos, to stop reacting and start responding. You must choose to make your emotions work for you, not against you. You see, the real power is not in what happens to you. The real power is in how you respond. The world will continue to throw challenges your way. People will continue to try to push you down. But when you master yourself, when you take control of your emotions, nothing will be able to stop you. You will be unstoppable. So the solution is in your hands. The power is already within you. You simply need to choose to use it. Choose to master yourself. Choose to take control. And from that moment on, you will not just survive, you will thrive. Now imagine something for a moment. Imagine waking up in the morning with a sense of purpose, a fire burning within you, not because of the world around you, but because of the power you have claimed over your own life. Picture yourself stepping out of bed, not as a victim, not as someone who is controlled by the demands and pressures of the world, but as someone who is in control. You are the one who decides what happens today. You are the one who decides how you feel, what you think, and what you do. The power is in your hands, and you have already begun to wield it. Think about how different that feels. Instead of being dragged through your day by your emotions, you are the one driving your life forward. Your anger is no longer a storm that overwhelms you, but a tool you use to fuel your actions. Your fear is not something that holds you back, but something you use to push yourself beyond your limits. Your sadness does not drown you, but instead becomes the foundation for your strength, your resilience, your will to keep going, even when the world tries to break you down. Do you feel it? That strength, that quiet power. That is the feeling of taking back control. That is the feeling of standing tall, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the ability to shape your own reality. The world may try to knock you down, but you know that it cannot defeat you because you are no longer at the mercy of your emotions. You are no longer a puppet. You are the one holding the strings. Now, picture yourself in the face of a challenge, a moment of adversity, when everything seems to be going wrong, when the world is telling you to give up. But instead of crumbling under the pressure, you stand firm, you are unshaken, you are unbreakable. Your emotions do not dictate your actions, your will does. You are not afraid of failure, because you know failure is just a lesson, a stepping stone on your path to greatness. You do not fear rejection, because you know that rejection is just a redirection, a sign that you are on the right path, pushing the boundaries, moving beyond your comfort zone. This is the power of control. The power of self-mastery. When you take control of your emotions, you unlock the door to limitless potential. You realize that you do not have to react to everything that happens to you. You do not have to be a slave to the ups and downs of life. You are the one who gets to choose how to respond, how to move forward, how to rise above the chaos. You are in the driver's seat of your own life. The strength that you are building now is not just about surviving. It is about thriving. It is about taking every challenge, every obstacle, and using it to make yourself stronger. Your pain becomes your power. Your doubts become your drive. Your struggles become your fuel. You stop seeing them as obstacles that stand in your way and start seeing them as opportunities to grow, to evolve, to become even more powerful than you were before. You are not the person who gives up when things get tough. You are not the person who crumbles under pressure. You are the person who thrives under pressure. You are the person who rises above every setback, every disappointment, because you know that those things do not define you. You define you, and you are limitless. Now think about what this means for you, not just in this moment, but in the future. Every day, you are building your strength, your resilience, your power. And as you continue to master yourself, as you continue to gain control over your emotions, you will find that the world begins to bow to you. People will notice the difference in you. They will see the confidence, the calm, the power that radiates from you. And they will wonder what your secret is. They will wonder how you remain unshaken, unbreakable, in the face of everything life throws at you. But the truth is simple. You do not need a secret. You simply need to master yourself. You simply need to embrace the power within you, to harness it, to let it guide you toward greatness. And when you do, nothing can stop you. No person, no circumstance, no emotion can defeat you. Because you are the master of your mind, the master of your emotions, and the master of your fate. Feel that power, that sense of strength building within you. That is the foundation of your transformation. That is the beginning of your rise. It is not an accident. It is not luck. It is the result of taking control, of refusing to be a puppet to your emotions, of choosing to become the person you are always meant to be. So, now is the time. Now is the time to embrace your power. Now is the time to rise above the chaos. Now is the time to take control of your life, your destiny, and your future. You have the power. You have the strength. And now you are ready to use it. Now you stand at a crossroads. You have heard the truth and you have felt the power stirring within you. The question is, what will you do with it? Will you let this moment pass like so many others? Or will you take the step that will change everything? You have been given the keys to your own liberation, the tools to break free from the chains that have held you captive for so long. You now know that the power to control your life, to control your emotions, is already within you. It has always been there, waiting for you to claim it. But now, the choice is yours. Will you take that first step? Or will you remain stuck in the chaos? Will you continue to live as a puppet, pulled by every emotion, every circumstance? Or will you become the one who pulls the strings? You have already felt the taste of power, the feeling of being in control. Do you want more of it? Do you want to rise above the noise, above the distractions, and become the person you were always meant to be? You can do it. You can rise higher than you ever thought possible. But it will take courage. It will take action. It will take everything you have to stop waiting for life to change and start making life change on your terms. Now is the time to act. Now is the time to stand tall, to step into your power and make the world watch as you rise. Stop being afraid. Stop doubting yourself. The world bows to those who make things happen, not to those who wait for things to happen. The world fears those who are in control of their own destiny. And now you must decide. Will you be the one who creates your future, or will you be the one who lets the world control you? There will be obstacles, there will be moments of doubt, there will be times when the chaos tries to pull you back down. But let me tell you something. Those moments are tests. They are not signs to quit. They are signs that you are on the right path. Every challenge, every setback is an opportunity for you to prove to yourself that you can rise above it. Every time life tries to break you, it is only making you stronger. It is only making you stronger. You are not weak. You are not fragile. You are power waiting to be unleashed. So take that step, own your destiny, master your emotions, take control. Because if you do, if you embrace the power within you, you will find that nothing and no one can stop you. The world will be forced to bow to you, to respect you, because you will be a force that cannot be ignored. So, now, you must choose. Will you remain in the shadows, too afraid to step into your own power, or will you rise up, take control, and show the world who you truly are? The time for hesitation is over. The time for action is now. Take control, master yourself, and let the world watch as you rise to greatness.